All right, tonight I'm going to talk a little bit about how to get a few extra points at SVS prep stage and survival of the fittest if you want to do it that way also. One of the easiest ways to do this is to not waste any of the time from the beginning of the end of one prep stage to the beginning of the next. So a lot of people ask me how you do that. So let me kind of walk you through it real quick. First of all, when you go in to do some training, you always want to train one less than the highest troops you have. So in my case, I have laser eyes, which is T11, but I'm only going to train the bullseyes. So when I get to the end of an SVS prep stage, or I get to this beginning of one, like this one here, if you're really good at watching it or so, you can end up with about 60,000 trained throughout the month. So you train them throughout the month, and then when prep stage hits, you can just finish up all your training, and then you can go into upgrade only. Now, usually I'll upgrade everything that I've collected over that month, all the way up to T11. This allows me to do a couple of things. One of the very first things I do is maintain my troop levels. I like to make sure that I don't lose a lot of troops during each cycle. And for Reservoir Raid, I want to make sure that I have a lot of troops. Now, keep in mind here, I'm using somebody else's account this time just to kind of give you an idea of what it was. I accidentally upgraded all of mine, and then realized I was supposed to make a video about it and forgot. So I borrowed somebody else's account that has them also, does the same thing. So as you can see here, I've got 50,000 Executioners, 76,000 Death Crushers, and 59,000 Bullseyes that I can upgrade. And this shows me that I should have around 6 million troops each month is the level that I want to get it up to. So I may train a few extra when I was done for the month if I had lost some that month. And if I'm over, then I don't have to worry about it, because when I get done here doing all of my upgrades, then I will have all of these as T11, so that'll bring me up to 5967, and this account should have about 6 million units. So what I'm going to do is quickly, as you can see here, I'm just going to finish all of these real fast so I don't have to worry about them. And then I'm going to go over here and I'm going to show you in the points, here what we are. So I'm looking at 3.58 million. So that's 3.580 and if I was to just do a single upgrade, so usually what I'll do is if I've got some cheap boost for troop building, I'll run like a low level one or something. Because all it does is increase the numbers, it's not really necessary. It is nice to have the state buff running, and then of course if you can get the Patriot or the other one, then that would be helpful too. The Strategist, either one of those buffs will help out quite a bit. But using the one that's in your base, wherever it is in here, there it is. Using the one that's in your base, I can show you here. All it does is increase training capacity. So basically, the more you just have to do more. If I had any of these, I would go ahead and run them because they aren't really any good other than making things a little easier and faster for me in this stage. But I don't really have a whole lot of troops to train here, so it's not that big of a deal. So what I'll do is make sure, first of all, that I'm in war mode, which I wasn't. I was in eco. And I'm going to go in here and look at what it costs to upgrade these units. So I can upgrade about 9,800 units, almost 9,900 units in 14 hours, which is actually pretty good. I'll just do a batch real quick, and then we'll go back and check the 37. So with 3728, 630. So it looks like that was worth about 200, about 100 and, I don't know, 150,000 or so. almost 150,000 points. So each one of those is 150,000 points. Now, if I was to do just a regular training of troops, I wouldn't get very many troops out of it, and I'd have all those troops trained all month. And even that would only give me 3844. So there I have about 240,000. So I get a few more points out of doing it that way, but I don't get to the benefit of all the extra troops when I'm all done throughout the month. All that time just goes to waste. So the most points you can actually get here is doing these upgrades. And if you just come through here and do these upgrades once a month, you'll accumulate enough speed ups to do the upgrades if you're not using them all month long, and you'll accumulate enough troops to replace any losses that you have, unless you're just completely and totally reckless, which some of us are, and sometimes we all are at times. And usually what I do is, the final thing here is I go through each one of these and make sure that I get all of them upgraded for a couple of purposes that you'll see in some other videos when I go out hunting for things and bases to hit and stuff like that. One of the big ones that I look for is people who don't upgrade their troops. You'll be surprised just how weak that really makes you. Okay, so everything is upgraded here. Then of course I'll just start a normal batch and move on to the next one. So that's kind of the gist of it, is just to go through and each month do your upgrades, and then, or do your training of one less than what you normally would, and then go through and do your upgrades at the end of the month. And this will give you a lot of points, and it serves a good purpose of giving you a measurement stick of how many troops you should have, and allowing you to keep that high watermark and not lose too many. I know that sometimes we can all lose a few troops when we go out hunting or during SVS if things get crazy, occasionally during bunker fights. Some of the guys in our state will get a little frisky during bunker fights, and we enjoy the friendly competition. And sometimes it gets a little bloody because there's a little bit too much pride. Whoops, I hit the wrong button there, didn't I? I trained troops instead of upgrading them. It happens. All right, so that takes care of all of those. And then we go to the end and we start one. I'll only start one, and I'll start it here because this one will finish before troop training is over. And then tomorrow, because it won't finish before it's over, then I will go ahead and switch it back to starting this one here. And it remembers that on each device also, so you don't have to worry about it switching back and forth every day. And I don't know what that thing is. What is that doing? It's training, it looks like. Okay, let's just finish it and do the upgrades. And as you can see, this goes pretty quick once you get a rhythm. It's just upgrade, speed up, quick, upgrade, speed up, quick, upgrade, speed up, quick. Looks like I'm getting down into the 5-minuters now, which is good because I'm almost done, which shows it was just about the right amount of speed ups collected over this month to do everything out here, which is usually the case. So that is this week's helpful hint. Hope you like it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe. Talk to you later. Thanks.